Breaking down all 28 things you missed from the Survivor Season 46 finale. We're talking all things Kenzie getting some help at the immunity challenge, a big reward at the Survivor Sanctuary, a simple Survivor puzzle made very difficult, an intense fire-making challenge, and much more. Careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet, and make sure to stick around as we announce last week's giveaway winner. We're going to be doing one more giveaway with Survivor Season 46 next week with my Season 46 review. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on this chaotic finale. Let's get started with number 28, Jeff talking to the camera. Whoa, what a season of Survivor. I'll dive deeper into my overall thoughts on the season and where I rank it next week with my season review. Just know this was a great finish to the season with a really good finale this episode. Jeff says it best, 6 straight blindsides, 5 players out with idols, 4 idols voted out in a row, 23 days without any rice, and with the growing popularity of Survivor watch parties, you know, Bryce and Wen presents or the RHAP events, I wish Survivor would drop the after show and have a reunion at the end of the season.
We're gonna bring in some champagne, got some pizza, we're gonna get everybody together, move a couple of cameras, and we're gonna talk about everything. It is the Survivor 46.
Number 27, hype montage. The very first person we see in the hype promo is Q before getting blindsided. Make no mistake about it, Q will be an all-star and a future returning player in Survivor. We'll talk about it more later in the video when it gets important, but I was surprised how high Maria's threat level was and how low Charlie's was, especially after Charlie left Maria out of the vote last week to vote Q out.
If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I'll read the votes.
Number 26, return to camp. Round of applause to the Survivor producers for changing up the format for our new era finale and not having the players go to a new beach. Maria admits that she messes up trying to take out Charlie. We all know watching the episode that it is a lie. She does a pretty good job with damage control when she talks with Charlie, although she was bitter enough to not vote for him to win the game. Number 25, Liz gets her way. I like that Ben sneaks in a line that it wasn't just Liz's move, as ultimately Liz finally gets her way. She blindsided Q and took him out of the game. It's always interesting the edit on TV versus what actually happened on the island, as it sounds like all this episode Liz was a big threat to win the game. But more importantly, we're changing up the new era finale format again with no advantage before the challenge. Number 24, finale talk. Okay team, here we are with the Survivor 46 finale. That also means we're shutting down and closing idle plays with the Survivor 46 drop. Seriously, thank you so much for all the love all season. I've been working really hard behind the scenes to keep up with all the support and all your orders. I'm gonna keep the store open for one more week and close it next Wednesday at 8 p.m. So if you're interested in any of the replica puzzles and games, this is your last chance. Make sure to use the code FinaleFREE to get free shipping on all orders over $50. Again, it's crazy to think we're once again done a season of Survivor. Thank you so much for all the support watching these videos, supporting idle plays. And remember, the first 10 people in Canada or the United States to use the code FinaleFREE get free shipping over $50. It's the final week of the idle play Survivor 46 drop. Seriously, thank you so much for all the support. Number 23, Final 5 challenge. Don't get me wrong, when there's something in a Survivor episode that I don't enjoy, I'll call it out right away. But start to finish, I was loving everything about this finale, and this challenge was no different. As the players race through a series of obstacles, retrieve a rope to cross a bridge, solve a puzzle, and figure out a combination lock. Remember, that combination lock is the most important piece of this, as they're also playing for reward going to the Survivor Sanctuary, where good things happen, with some good Italian food to fuel up. Number 22, the challenge. This was a new Survivor challenge, and the players found a way to already break it, 100% I can see the producers using this challenge again. Now with my rant on Liz helping Kenzie beat Maria, all I want is some consistency. Remember, Maria's threat level was so high, so it makes sense working together to try and beat her, but hot take, it was not fair for Liz to grab Kenzie's plank. In previous seasons, helping players is okay with verbal cues, but physical help is not allowed, as Kenzie wins.
Drop your stamp stack and pick up my pieces. I'm gonna beat you.
Let me make it easy for you. There is no helping. Sophie loses.
Ken, I'm gonna tell you when your ball is dropping. Keep working.
Ken is still wrong. Ken gonna try again to change it.
Ken, come back. Ken, come back. Ken, come back.
Number 21, reward decision. A major theme this season has been whatever players win reward, they completely choked on what players to bring with them. So I was expecting Kenzie to not make a smart decision, but socially, Ben made perfect sense, as Maria was looking pissed off that her Survivor experience was going to be coming to an end. Number 20, apply for Survivor. Spoiler alert, sadly, I didn't make it on Survivor 47 or Survivor 48, but just like how Jeff is always asking us to apply for Survivor, I need to ask for the last time this season for you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do that and help me pass Russell Hanson subscribers. You know what it is, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be making a dedicated video interviewing Russell Hanson. Number 19, Survivor reward. There is little strategy going on between Ben and Kenzie, as they think it's an easy decision to vote Maria out, ultimately proving a couple things about both Ben and Kenzie that'll be important later in the video when we get to the final tribal council. Number 1, obviously the social game is so important, but also sometimes it's tough to showcase the social game on a TV show. Number 18, the losers. It was tough for me to watch because it felt like Maria wasn't working that hard to try and be safe. We do have Maria and Charlie go on a little idol hunt to try and find the hidden immunity idol, and I think Maria's biggest flaw here was not building close enough connections with both Liz and Ben. Not having many options and her threat level being too high means we have to lead to number 17, Maria's plan. It looks like her plan was to find a hidden immunity idol or some weird lie that didn't make much sense of Ben lying to Kenzie a few episodes ago. It might be a hot take, but I think the move that Maria should have gone with was trying to convince everyone to vote for Charlie. Number 16, Final 5 Tribal Council. The editors try to pitch the decoy plan being Ben, but unfortunately I didn't buy that for a second, as the entire Tribal Council basically being a tribute for Maria. Number 15, Maria voted out. This is gonna sound bad, but I promise I'm not a Maria hater. I actually really liked watching Maria play Survivor, but I didn't think we needed to see the dramatic music, all the votes, and Maria's standing ovation.
It's been a pleasure, you guys. Love you.
We love you, Maria. Bye.
Number 14, Ben's panic attack. Obviously, I'm glad it didn't end up happening, but with all the panic attacks happening all season with Ben, I really thought he was gonna get medically evacuated. I believe instead the editors were using this as a tool to highlight the strength of Kenzie's social game, especially with the relationship that Ben had built all game long with Kenzie.
I feel very blessed because people show up for me. They believe in me.
Anti-anxiety hug. I got you, bro.
Number 13, Day 25 Tree Mail. We see the Dumb and Dumber Alliance, they're real friends outside of the game, picking up the tree mail. Everyone is getting fired up for this challenge, as we all know who wins the challenge decides who goes to fire. And then we get this very weird confessional.
If I make it to the final 3, I can literally see Jeff with the parchment. The winner is Liz. Woo!
Number 12, Final 4 Challenge. I love it when Survivor challenges feel epic and on a really big scale. As a side note, we have seen this challenge before with the players needing to balance building a puzzle and not dropping a ball. The challenging part being if the ball ever drops, you need to wait a painfully long time. Number 11, The Challenge. It's a funny coincidence, incidents. Damn, I can't say that word. As the first time we saw this challenge was in Survivor Millennials versus Gen X, and Adam Klein was helping other players with when the ball was gonna drop. It also makes it the perfect finale challenge as all the players have an equal and fair chance to win the challenge, with Ben winning his first individual challenge of the season.
Ben has done it! It's over! Ben wins! Individual immunity! Go, buddy! Guaranteed a spot in the final 3!
Number 10, after the challenge. It's a quick celebration for Ben before we get into the chaos on who will be competing in fire, and the little bit of a pause we get right here was the happy ending we got for Ben after conquering all his hard late nights on Survivor.
After all my panic attacks and all my fears, it's just a confirmation. When in doubt, if you rock out, it's all gonna work out.
Number 9, who needs the money? Everyone will feel differently about what makes a strong Survivor winner. And at the end of the day, the jury can vote for whatever reason they want on who to win the game in the end. We will talk about it later, but it was so interesting how much of the decision came down to who needs the money the most. Liz talked about for most of the season how she's a millionaire. She doesn't need the money. Well, turns out that was all strategy. Number 8, the fire plans. It turns out not only did Liz think Liz was the biggest threat, but Ben thought so as well. Like, what? Were we watching the same show? Liz made for great TV character moments, but not once did I think she would be winning the game. I would think the fire should be between Kenzie and Charlie. The tough part is Ben's a big social guy. He makes true friendships on the island, and he made big friendships with both Kenzie and Charlie. It really looked like Liz, Kenzie, and Charlie were all freaking out leading into number 7, Final 4 Tribal Council. Really, this Tribal Council is all fluff as we're building the anticipation into the fire making challenge. The big highlight was Kenzie was moments away, a few puzzle pieces away from winning the challenge, as Ben picks Kenzie and Liz to compete in fire. Number 6, Fire Making Challenge. That's right, everyone's favorite part of the Survivor finale, the Fire Making Challenge, as Ben drags Charlie to the final 3 with Kenzie and Liz competing in fire. I gotta say, I loved the reason Charlie gave for why Ben dragged him to the finale was because of real friendships. Ultimately, both Liz and Kenzie were choking the early parts of the challenge. I was pretty proud of myself. Literally moments before Q said it, I screamed at my TV and said, "Pressure makes diamonds," as Kenzie wins.
And there it is. Kenzie's done it. She has earned the final spot.
Number 5, Liz voted out. I know she technically wasn't voted out, but you know what I mean. Please, please, please leave a comment down below if you think Liz would have won if she made the final 3, as Venus was fully shaking her head. Number 4, Final 3 celebration. Here we go, the final 3 of Survivor 46. We have Ben, Kenzie, and we have Charlie. I'm gonna eat my words a little bit, but for my past couple of recaps, I really thought Charlie was the front runner to win the game. And at the same time, most of the Survivor community has been preaching all season of Liz, Venus, or Q being the 0 vote finalist, leading into the jury speaks. Number 3, the jury speaks. It's always that awkward pause between fire making challenge and final tribal council, making this jury speak section, this addition in the new era of Survivor, one of my favorite parts about the finale. And these players were looking intense. We have Tevin, Hunter, Tiffany, Venus, Maria, Soda, Q, and Liz, who ultimately decide who will win the game. As the final 3 are enjoying their breakfast, the jurors are completely ripping them apart.
Being on the jury is one of the most powerful things in the game. Tonight, we decide the sole survivor.
Number 2, Final Tribal Council. It was refreshing to see all the different jurors having their own reasons on who should win the game and why, instead of being all lumped together. And there really was a point when I thought there was going to be a tie between Kenzie and Charlie, and Ben would decide the winner of the season. This might be a hot take, and I feel like I will be getting some heat for saying this, but hear me out for a second. Charlie was robbed. Number 1, Kenzie Kenzie Wins Survivor. Whoever wins Survivor is the person that deserves to win Survivor. But with that said, as a gamer, it's super tough to process people choosing who to vote for based on the money. And I needed a way better reason why Maria didn't vote for Charlie to win the game, especially after they played the entire game together. Oh yeah, and the Survivor after show, it still sucks.
What's your reaction to Maria not voting for you?
I'll be honest, like, it was a surprise.
All in all, an amazing season of Survivor, and I'm pumped to be back next season for Survivor 47. Congratulations, GOAT, you're this week's puzzle giveaway winner. I'll announce the final giveaway winner of the season next week with my season review. Click right here for another Survivor video, and click right here to go check out the tree puzzle.